What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Gmi back in the house. I think this is another franchise game. Like I said, I think this is season 4, and we're up to season 5 right now currently. Pretty much, this is just some of the couple scores that was, that's been going on in the league. Dudes been getting blown the fuck out, but for the most part, a lot of dudes is up and coming.
All right.
Yo, dudes are starting to get wins that.
Not you, but go ahead.
Yo, you still going on?
Nope.
All right, dudes are still getting. You know what I'm saying? Dudes are getting wins. What are you smiling about?
Nothing. Just go about what you're saying.
Well, like I said, you know what I'm saying? The circle of Krusty is all it's all
just
about.
Talk about the stupid game like you're supposed to be talking about it.
All right, yo, pretty much, this is week 1. And for anybody that's still interested in joining the league, you know what I'm saying? You just have to, hit up Potato Head 9 or whatever like that. We're still keeping it popping. I refuse to get Madden for PS4. I haven't even opened my PS4. I have to open it, though, because Infamous Son 2.
That looks really cool. But you didn't play Infamous 2.
What does that have to do with...
You have so many other things that you haven't played yet.
Okay, so listen.
That we're waiting for. Live stream the damn games.
All right, look, I'm going to be live streaming, what is that? That Batman Arkham The Beginnings?
Something, Bumbleclad.
Yeah, I'm just going to play the whole game throughout on live stream starting next week. So you guys can look forward to that. I'm just going to be on live streaming it, bro. I don't give a fuck what's going on.
You do an hour every day? An hour is good?
Yeah, like an hour, yeah.
Of live streaming every day?
Yeah, for Batman. That's going to be my first live stream, like, you know what I'm saying?
At like 8 o'clock. And next week is a good week to start it. Because we're in between things.
All right, it is what it is. So I'll be doing a little bit more of that, get the games out of the way so I can open the PS4. But like I said, I'm not supporting Madden for double bullshit on PS4.
Yes, you will. Who are you talking to? You're the same person that
Madden 25, you fucking idiot. Are you listening to what I'm saying?
No,
yeah, you just talk.
Okay,
Okay, exactly. So you're just gonna fucking run your mouth.
I
what
thought
else
you
is
said
new?
something about, like, you're not
just typical women.
Madden.
Yeah, typical women. No, Madden 25. I'm not buying it twice to play it on PS4. Is that clear now?
Oh, I get it.
Okay, good shit. All right, so pretty much.
Oh, I get it.
In the last video, it was all about circular Krusties.
Oh my god.
What?
Why? Listen. Why was that what your video was about?
What, a circular Krusty?
It first of all wasn't crusty.
Well, I had to clean it off. It was all over the place.
Yeah, you had to clean it off. It wasn't crusty. Crusty implies that it was dry, flaky, hard.
It was like it was so much out of it. It was solid where it was. I'm trying to tell you. You didn't see it. You just running up at the mouth. Well, you knew that it was there, but you just didn't. You felt it getting cleaned off.
And we don't know exactly who it came from. If we could just interject with that.
Who's we interjecting? Why is anybody interjecting?
I'm just saying.
Okay, look. The bottom line is this: you made a statement in the last video.
It's a legend.
You made a statement in the last video that everybody comes multiple times. Do you want to elaborate on that?
No, I don't. How about that? It was a very clear and concise statement. Everybody does it, so don't make a big deal about me.
Okay, you want to elaborate on what you're saying?
No, I don't want to elaborate. Don't you have a topic for this video?
No,
Isn't there something going on in the world that you could be talking about right now?
No, listen, the bottom line
is... There's war over in Ukraine. There's so many things going on in the world.
Okay, listen.
Why are you talking about this?
What I'm trying to ask you is this. Do you want to elaborate on what you said?
No, I don't want to elaborate.
All right, you don't want to elaborate on what you said?
No, you just want to hear talk about freaking your penis.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Yes, it is.
You made a statement. You're trying to now you're trying to deflect it.
Ultimately, that's what it all boils down to.
You're trying to deflect it.
That's what it all boils down to. You talking about yourself.
You made a statement that everybody does it. So I just want to talk about. The viewers want to know, as far as what you're saying about everybody does it. Is that a true fact?
Yeah.
Everybody's doing it.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not what?
Why have sex if you're not coming? That doesn't make any sense.
All right, so basically what you're...
I want to talk about a video that I listened to when you said basically what I heard was that it's okay to have other partners as long as you don't fall in love.
That's not what I said.
That's what you said! That's what I heard.
Okay, you can hear whatever you want to say. The bottom line of what I'm trying to tell you is this. It's a maturity level. People don't seem to understand what's going on. Like I said in the last video that you were listening to an eavesdropping because you subscribed to me 4 times.
Eavesdropping?
You subscribed to me 4 times.
I'm a subscriber. I listen to the stupid crap that goes on.
Listen, you're worse than Mr. Golden Showers. You subscribed to me 4 times. You don't have to be subscribed to me 4 times.
I'm subscribed to you twice.
I don't have nothing to hide. You're gonna get the video. You're gonna get the email just like everybody else when I upload a video. What I'm trying to tell you is this. Listen, I'm not worried about if something happens with you and another man. I don't care about that. That's immature and young thinking. The bottom line that I have to worry about, if I do worry about anything, is where your mind is. And that's what people don't understand. That's what the point is I'm making. The body is flesh, but the mind is like surreal. Like you could, if you have someone's mind, it doesn't matter what the body does. It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just something that you use, and you would like for the body to be.
Do you honestly feel that most people are mature enough to make that distinction? That most people are evolved highly enough?
No.
To make that distinction.
The reason that people are not evolved highly enough to make the distinction
because of religion?
Yes. That's the primary thing. And then also they don't want to accept reality. Because it's not to say that it happens all the time. It's just that people have to realize that in certain situations things do happen. It's just about how you make it happen and what goes on with it. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't do what Dwayne Wade does and have a baby and involve something else into it. But that's just another example. You don't bring other things into it. You don't bring disease in it. You don't bring babies in it. You don't bring more attention to it because things are going to happen. So as far as everything else happens with humans, nobody's perfect. So if it's primarily the men that have to understand that, because some men, and I'm blaming the men for this, because some men take it too far. And what I mean by that is
like the down low men and stuff.
Yeah,
like
like you do too much. Like you do too much to hurt the female. And at some point, we have to understand that. Yeah, okay, the men is the most. You know, like as far as humans go, you know, the men is the primal being. Like they're the ones that are the ones that are up front to make whatever rules, whatever stuff. They're the one that are looked to in times of desperation with the family, whatever. They're the pinnacle of what the family is. So if they show that type of crazy bullshit, it continues to make society view everyone that's male in a certain light. Like that's what I'm trying to explain to you. Like it's not so fact about a man being called a whore and a woman being called a slut. It's the fact of what makes them get those titles. Like a man can do certain things and females will be like, all right, yo, I know what he's doing, whatever like that. Like you gave an example about a gentleman being making the wife happy by doing something, and it's like away from everything. But then you have men that create whole new families, and men that just start doing everything. Like it's a limit to it. And that's what my point is. Like I can't say like if it's actively going on and I don't know about it and then I find out about it later, I can't consider it to be something like, all right, yo, what the fuck is going on? Yo, this and that, whatever like that. I have to see exactly.
What does that mean?
About what?
What are you saying? That didn't make any sense.
What didn't make any sense? So you're not comprehending it? I'm saying that as a man, if you find out later, like if you find out that your female or your man is doing something on the side, and after you find out about it, based on how you find out and what was going on with it, you have to make a determination.
So you're saying it's not automatic relationship over? It
depends on what was going on. Like it depends. Like for instance, Dwayne Wade makes an excuse that they were separated when he did that, right? Okay.
Even though no one, not even Gabrielle Union, knew they were separated.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Even if they weren't separated, whatever like that, he still has an obligation to himself and where he is in life to wear protection. So you're saying that
Gabrielle Union could have overlooked it easier
if there was nothing else involved.
If there was no child involved.
It's human nature. You see a woman. Okay,
that
look.
Makes sense.
Okay, listen. It's just that. Look, it's a level of respect that men have to have, and that is primarily how a man is judged. Believe it or not. Is the way that they have relationships with women. Regardless, like if you're a successful man and you have a crazy ass background, people are less likely to do business with you because you can't handle that side of your life. So what I'm saying with
that's why politicians
always have to be
still want them to be married.
Exactly, because
or at least marry, settle down if you're younger, with the potential to have kids.
That's the reasoning behind it, because I don't have a problem with men doing what they do. And that's what I'm saying. You have
a problem with women doing what they do.
I don't have a problem with women do what they do either. It's just about, like, listen, just expect the same thing. And
what do you mean?
Like, if a woman is doing the same thing that a man does, a woman has a lot more to lose. Because a man can go and relocate with another woman and create a whole new family, and it's not as much hostility. Because I'm going to explain to you why. Like I said in the
hostility on whose part?
It's the man. Look, listen. The value of a female that's known to have been in a relationship, just say whatever. If they're married or boyfriend or girlfriend for a long time, and then they leave a relationship and go to the man, the woman's value to the man is not the same as the man's value to the new woman.
I'm very confused.
What were you confused about? What don't you understand?
You said if a woman and a man have a long-term relationship.
Yes.
And then what?
They separate.
Then they separate.
Yes.
Then what?
And they go to new relationships. The value of the man is less than that of... I mean, the value of the woman is less than the value of the man. When they start new relationships.
In the new relationships.
Why? In the new... Because of how society makes it. Look.
Saying that this man, the new man, is not going to care about the woman or value her as much.
The new man that's taken in the woman.
Is as much as the new woman who's taken in the man.
Yeah, that's the way it is. Based on the way society is.
I will say that is definitely how it was. But there has been a trend. And I've noticed a lot of people that I speak to, and I have the privilege of working in many different facilities across where we live and speaking to different people. And we start talking about kids. How old are your kids? Oh, I have one who's graduating college and I have a newborn. It's like, what? How the hell? Oh, second marriage.
Okay.
Women now, because technology has allowed us to have children later on in life.
Okay.
Women now are more valuable in a relationship coming from a divorce, coming from a major separation than they used to be.
So you're saying valuable as far as children?
As far as just
because my point
how they're treated in a new relationship, and the fact that there's so much more after divorce for a woman than there used to be.
So, but what examples are you using other than children?
I'm using examples of how many people I have met personally, and I also saw an article where this woman was writing a book about dating after being a widow. Okay. And there's just more attention being drawn to the fact that women are now finding more and more second major relationships. Where before, if you were a woman divorced or a woman separated after a long relationship with kids, chances were you weren't going to continue. That's not really the trend anymore. No, the trend now is that women are finding more and more relationships after that first marriage. And after that first thing. So now it's almost, it's not equal, but we're leveling it off. It's not as far off as it used to be.
This is what my point is. Like the examples that you're using, like you're saying that they're more of a value. When you speak to different women and stuff like that, and they tell you that the reasoning behind what you're saying, what does that have to do with? Is that the fact that they're able to have children? That's what I'm trying to figure out what you're saying.
A lot of the people that I talk to, the reason why we get to that topic is because of the age difference in their children. Because we start by talking about children, but there's just more and more relationships after divorce for women. Whereas before, if you were a woman divorced, no one wanted to touch you. It was like a woman scorned. She couldn't be happy again.
But it's not about the woman. I'm talking about the men. Like you speak to women that are in second marriages.
Yeah, but obviously, if they're in a second marriage, then there's a man that finds them valuable enough.
But that's what I'm saying.
To be in their first marriage.
But I'm saying, do you speak to men? Do you speak to men that are in second marriages? That's what I'm saying, because we have different feels. So the men that I speak to are in second marriages, and their viewpoints toward the females are different than you would get from a female telling you. That's what I'm asking you.
Unfortunately, there's not that many men, but the men that I do speak to who are in a marriage with someone where it is their second marriage, they are happy. They are happy with that. And I have had the pleasure of speaking to men who are in a marriage. It's the man's first marriage, but it's the woman's second marriage, and they do appreciate that. They have sometimes there's issues with stepkids, especially if it's a boy. That's that
what I'm trying to figure out.
They are happy in their relationship.
No, what I'm trying to figure out. See, that this is what I'm trying to figure out as far as what you're saying. I'm trying to figure out what you mean as far as the value of the women, because other women that are in the relationships, like, if you ask them the same things, they won't say what you're saying, but you're saying that their value is different. What? If you ask a woman that's in a that's out of a divorce with another man and how their relationship is, like if you're supposed to poll women, most of them won't say what you're saying. Because
what will they say?
They'll say it's different
It's better, yeah.
Yeah,
It's definitely different.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Because every single person that I've spoken to has said that their second marriage, their second major relationship is better than the first.
And you're saying that, okay, now that's the thing that I'm saying, because that's why I'm glad that you give your viewpoint, because based on what you're saying and the people that I know that have been separated, that have second marriages, the men and the women have different viewpoints about what the relationship is. And
I'm fortunate enough where I'm able to speak to men and women, more women than men, but men and women in that case. And because of the field that I'm in, I see a lot of people who are later in life, in their second careers. They've made certain decisions in their life and then they changed it. And part of changing careers, a lot of times it also is changing their relationship. And that's where people are when I meet them. And they're in their 40s, in their 50s, in their 60s, and they are happier in the second relationship. And most of the people tell me that it's because they got rid of the mistakes in the first one.
But this is the point that I'm trying to make, as far as
things are
what you're saying. Listen,
like equaling out.
Now with what you're saying as your point of view for the second relationships, how do you know that what they're telling you based on the information that they're giving you is true?
Because when you're in the environment that I'm in, and the spouse is not there, and most of these conversations are candid, one-on-one, not a big group conversation, but candid one-on-one conversations about life and things like that. What I find is that people who have gone through certain things, they will talk about it, not give you all the details. They'll give you advice and they'll give you things like, listen, this is what I learned. This is what you should do. Most people like to give advice and talk about what they know based on their relationships. So there's no reason, based on the conversation, for them to make up something and to glorify something. No. Especially to somebody like me who they don't, there's no benefit to doing that.
No. I'm not saying that they're making it up. I'm trying to figure out, because what I'm trying to understand
also,
is...
if you look at popular culture right now and things like that, aside from this, a trend in popular culture that is showing that women have an increased value in the relationship, that women have an increased value in society, especially after that initial divorce and that second relationship, the third relationship, and there's more attention being drawn to it and showing people that, yes, this is the trend and this is what's happening. And I think that socialites like Kim Kardashian and people like that who are having all these meaningless marriages, but so many of them, they're showing people like, look, I can do this and still find love.
Who's finding love?
People in general finding love.
So
there are people, there are authors out there who are writing books about specifically this topic. So in order to reflect a trend that's happening and a change that's happening in how society views a divorced woman, a widowed woman, a woman who has had children with one guy, that relationship went sour, but now they are finding love and continuing. Now, what I see is a woman in her 40s having a baby, and it's very, very stressful for a woman of that age, but it's happening, and they're finding love, and they're on a mutual plane, and they're respecting each other, and they're looking at what went wrong in the first relationship and not repeating it. And I think that's a beautiful thing, and that's showing the growth of society where we're stunted in so many areas. It's good that is something that is changing, and that viewpoint is changing on a lot of things.
The thing that I'm still trying to understand, like, I understand what you're saying about the trend in society. I'm trying to say, is it the fact that they're having children at a later stage that is making you say that that's what's making it more acceptable, or is it just them in the relationship?
That's not what's making it more acceptable. The fact that someone who is not rich would decide, like, I saw this, it was this TV show, I forgot the name of the show, but this guy said it great. He said, why would we have another kid? That's like running a marathon and getting more than halfway through and then starting all over again. Okay. That means a lot for a woman, because remember, as a woman gets older, there are a lot of health issues that happen, and your life and the life of the child is at risk. Okay. You're taking a lot of things on. So the fact that the woman is comfortable enough in this relationship, having gone through BS the first time around, that she would do that. That shows successful. We're not talking about accidents. We're talking about planned.
That's what I'm trying to say. Situations. I'm asking you specifically.
Planned.
I'm asking you specifically what makes them more valuable. That's what I'm saying. That's
what makes them more valuable. I think that people realize that a woman who has gone through a divorce is not someone that is scarred. It's someone who has learned. And I think that we're showing that, even though they say men are like real estate or like wine when they age and a woman is like a car, I think that that gap is starting to close ever so slightly in that trend, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. It's good that people can say, you know what? Let me not hold on to this abusive relationship. Because I've also talked to women in their 80s, in their 90s, in their 70s who stayed in an abusive relationship because they felt that that was all they could ever do. And even when they finally had the courage after 10, 20, 30 years of leaving, they never went on to have another relationship. On the flip side of that, I know a lot of women where their man was so good to them that when he died, they would never even think about having another relationship, and that's also fine.
But what I'm saying is, I'm not talking about specifically that with the abuse thing. That's like a whole different topic that we have to address later. I'm just talking about like in a general state, just like a regular mainstream, no abuse going on either side, just irreconcilable differences, and the value of like what it has to be a reason, like what is making it like that. For instance, like we just said, like the video's going to be coming to a close, but Gabrielle Union being in her 40s now, and Dwayne Wade doing whatever he's doing, and saying that they were separated at the time. She's a wealthy woman.
She's a good example because she was divorced.
No, I understand that.
She had a relationship.
I understand that.
She was divorced, and now she's not saying, it's not, oh, she's a divorced woman, we can't touch her. Now, in her point of view, in my opinion, she's like, wow, I don't have any kids from that first marriage. Okay. So I want a family. So now I have to really, I put in the time. Okay. So now I have to make it work because I don't have that much time. The clock is clicking biologically for her.
But this is what I'm saying. That's why I'm asking you specifically about that, because that's like a big topic in the trend of how she's able to deal with the stuff. You know, she's still supporting Dwayne Wade. She's still going to games.
She also has something specific because she can't just go out and go to Match.com and meet somebody who's an accountant whatever because of her celebrity status.
But she can meet people on her level where she is.
She can, but it's harder.
Yeah, but it's hard.
The selection is fewer on her level.
So you're saying that
at the same time, she is a divorcee and she's able to have a relationship. He's stupid, but she decided to be with him. She's able to have a relationship. She wants a family and kids. She put time into it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. So why is it? So you're saying that she's settling? Yeah. See, but then that all right. So we probably have to discuss more into it. But yeah, that's pretty much what you're saying. What the trend is. Hope you guys enjoyed the vid. Until next time, one love.